So folks, I accidentally, when I was editing this video, I deleted the intro, which definitely didn't mean to do it. Geez, this is like a quick intro, I guess. Didn't want to give you a video, no intro, just skip into the sanding and tutorial. So, also happy birthday Halloween 4, one of my favorite Halloween sequels, quite possibly my favorite Halloween sequel. So, this is the tutorial for the part 6 Jason mask. I'm super excited to do the part 7. Really happy with how the part 6 turned out, so let's do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a 220 grit sandpaper to this entire mask and sand all the shine off. Part 6 one, I have to look at some reference in behind the scenes photos. It may be like a little bit lower of a grit, so I might go to like 150, 120, maybe even 80. I don't think I'll need 80 for it. So I'm going to sand all the shine off. Right here I have 220 grit, and like I said, sand the shine off because it will make the paint stick more, and it will add sort of like a coarse texture to the entire mask, so it'll like kind of look rotten and worn in. So as you can see, I marked out the axe cut and cut it with my Dremel. You can use scissors or anything else to cut it that, you know, really can cut through plastic. Not too hard, not too soft. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these snaps, I'm going to take a drill to them, and then take the back end and super glue it to the front. So I'll do that for you guys really quick, and I'll show you, then we can start painting the mask. So I didn't tell you guys, I actually went over this guy with a 150 grit sandpaper, and then I smoothed it out again with that 220 grit sandpaper just to get scratches in the mask, because the part 6 mask, you know, it doesn't really have that many scratches. So I also couldn't apply the snaps in because like it was like too much room in the snaps. It just wasn't gonna work. So I have these heavy duty snaps. You probably get the snap kit if you want to hammer it in. You just get those if you already have like the setting tool to put it in. But I have actually a better choice than the setting tool that you hammer in. I have the setting tool that you hammer in, but I think these are the better choice. These are the snap pliers. What you do, somewhere I have the, right here. I have the case with all the applications, I guess, that you plug in to here, and you just apply the snaps backwards. So I'll do that for you guys really quick. There you can see I applied the snap backwards. I'm holding it together. These are the two, I don't know how well you can see that. These are the two components, I guess, to put these two together, and take some maneuvering because you don't want stuff to fall out. But you put this end on the front part this time, and the other end in the back. It's gonna be a little hard to do. I think I got it. And then you press it together. I got it. They're applied backwards. Good. So I'll do that for the other side too. So to actually set it in, you use the blue end, but to get, it was like a little, it wasn't flat. So I used the black one to really just get it in there, and pushed it so it's more flat and it conforms to the mask. So again, I'll do that for the other side. So to prime the mask, you're just gonna use this gray primer. You're gonna prime front and back to make sure there's absolutely no translucence. So let's do it. Also, I just wanted to see, I haven't done it in the past, I just wanted to see like what would happen if I like covered these up, because I've seen some people do that before. And I also covered these up because these aren't supposed to be covered with paint either. So you only really need to cover these bottom two up, but I want to see how the straps snap in at the end if I cover up those. So I'm gonna finally prime the mask. So let's do it. Now, I didn't really tell you guys, but I actually used Krylon Gloss Almond to give it the final coat of paint on the front. And you should just use like either rust-oleum or Krylon, like regular almond, like satin almond, but I only had a gloss almond, so I used that rather than just going out to the store. And as you can see, snaps are still covered, so I'm gonna take them off and show you what the next step is. So there you can see the difference of the snap taken off with the tape, or versus the tape still on. So get this other piece of tape off. This one is a bit hard to get off. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, I'm going to take the top 3 snaps off too. As you can see, I took all the snaps off. I took like this screw kind of, because you know, it was really packed in here. I didn't really know where the tape started so I could peel it, and I accidentally peeled some paint up right there. But you're not going to really notice when I weather. So the next step is the chevron. Now, I would highly, highly recommend JDF Studios chevron decal. But since I just want to get this done tonight, I'm going to mark out with a pencil where the chevron is supposed to be, tape it off with some painter's tape, and just paint some red. But I'll show you kind of the red when I begin to do it. So I actually cut the chevron out on like a piece of cardboard paper, and then put it on a piece of printer paper, cut that out, use some water to put it on here, and then I'm going to use this foam brush, and then I'm going to take the red and just put it on there like that. But I'll show you the red that I'm using, because I don't really know which type right now. I'm just using this, I don't know why it's not focusing, but it's a fiery red acrylic paint. I was going to use a different red, but this is the only red I have right now, and I don't feel like traveling downstairs. As you can see, the chevron is fully on there. I took the paint off, or the tape off, paper off, and the little piece of this chipped off, I just repainted it on there with a very thin brush. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the damage to the chevron, and then after I do that, I'm going to mix up, I'll show you the paints actually. So what I did was I mixed up this Mars Black and raw umber into this cup, and I added 1-to-1 ratio of water, I would say. And then I got this kind of like black, brown, murky color, and I'm going to pour the wash in this bowl, put it on a dry rag. Well, I'll put it on this dry paper towel and rub it all over the mask, and then let it sit there for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then wipe it off using a wet rag. And I'll do 1, 2, maybe 3 washes of that, because the part 6 mask isn't really that dirty, so we'll see. So I've actually got it to a point where I really like the weathering. I think it looks pretty accurate. And now I have to give it a rust-oleum crystal clear enamel gloss. Gloss or enamel gloss, doesn't really matter. I think I have enamel. It doesn't matter at all. So I'm going to do that for you guys really quick, and then the mask will be done. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I think this turned out great. You know what, I'll put it on for you. Here you can see everything, and since I didn't put the part 5 mask on for you guys in the last video, I will. I don't think I did, at least, but for safe measures, I'll put it on. So yeah, I think it turned out great. Next up is the part 7 video. That's really where my Dremel scales come in, because I have to cut it down and everything. So I'm super excited for that. I'm going to edit this real quick and get started on the part 7. So see you guys in that video.